Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we make learning awesome. Today, we're diving deep into some of the most mind-blowing science facts that they probably didn't teach you in school. Get ready to have your world turned upside down. Let's start with something you see every day. The sun. You know it's big, but did you know that you could fit 1 million Earths inside it? That's right, 1 million. And even though it feels so close on a hot summer day, the light from the sun actually takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to travel all the way to Earth. So the sunlight warming your face right now actually left the sun over 8 minutes ago. How cool is that? Now, let's talk about our own bodies. Did you know that the acid in your stomach is strong enough to dissolve razor blades? Seriously, it's hydrochloric acid, and it's a key player in digesting your food. Of course, please don't try this at home. Your stomach has a special lining of mucus that protects it from this powerful acid, which it renews every few days. It's like having a built-in superhero shield. Speaking of your body, let's talk about your DNA. If you were to uncoil all the DNA in all the cells in your body and lay it out, end to end, it would stretch from the Earth to the sun and back, more than 600 times. That's an unbelievable amount of information packed into a space so small you can't even see it. You are literally made of cosmic level spaghetti. Okay, let's zoom out again, way out. Have you ever looked up at the stars and wondered what's out there? Well, there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth. Just take a moment to process that. Every single grain of sand on every beach in the world, and there are still more stars. It really makes you think about how vast and incredible the cosmos is, and it gets even weirder. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. How is that possible? Venus rotates on its axis incredibly slowly, so one full rotation of Venusian day takes 243 Earth days, but it only takes 225 Earth days for Venus to orbit the Sun, which is a Venusian year. So you'd celebrate your birthday before a single day was over. Mind-bending, right? Back here on Earth, let's talk about some amazing animals. The octopus is a true master of disguise. But did you know it has 3 hearts? 2 hearts pump blood through its gills, while the third one circulates blood to the rest of the body. And that is not all their blood is blue, because it uses a copper-based protein called hemocyanin to transport oxygen, instead of the iron-based hemoglobin we have. And what about trees? Trees are the lungs of our planet, but they're also great communicators. They can send chemical signals to each other through their roots and through the air, warning nearby trees about insect attacks. When one tree is under threat, it can tell its neighbors to start producing defensive chemicals to protect themselves. It's like a secret forest-wide internet, a wood wide web, if you will. Let's shrink down to the quantum level, where things get really strange. You're made of atoms, right? Well, atoms are 99.99999% empty space. If you took all the empty space out of every atom in every person on Earth, the entire human population, all 8 billion of us, would fit into the volume of a single sugar cube. Everything you see, touch, and feel is mostly nothing. It's the energy and the forces between particles that give things substance. And here's a fun one about sound. Sound can't travel in space because there's no medium, like air or water, for the sound waves to travel through. So, all those epic spaceship explosion sounds you hear in movies, totally fake. Space is completely silent. It's a silent, cosmic ballet. The silence of space is, in its own way, just as awe-inspiring as a loud explosion. Let's talk about water. It covers 71% of our planet, but it's a very strange substance. Most liquids become denser as they get colder, but with water, once it gets below 4 degrees Celsius, it starts to become less dense. This is why ice floats, and it's incredibly important. If ice sank, lakes and oceans would freeze from the bottom up, and aquatic life wouldn't be able to survive the winter. So, this weird little quirk of chemistry is essential for life on Earth. Ever heard of tardigrades? They're also known as water bears or moss piglets, and they are pretty much indestructible. These microscopic 8-legged creatures can survive the most extreme conditions you can imagine. Absolute zero temperatures, boiling water, intense radiation, and even the vacuum of outer space. They are the ultimate survivors of the animal kingdom and show us just how resilient life can be. Here's another one about our amazing planet. The Earth isn't perfectly round. It's technically an oblate sphere. Because of its rotation, it bulges out at the equator and is slightly flattened at the poles. This means if you were to stand at the equator, you'd be slightly farther from the center of the Earth than if you were standing at the North or South Pole. And let's not forget our very own moon. We see it all the time. But did you know it's slowly moving away from us? Every year, the moon drifts about 3.8 centimeters further from Earth. It's not much, but over billions of years, it adds up. Billions of years ago, the moon was much closer, appearing huge in the sky, and our days were much shorter. The moon's gravity is what slows down the Earth's rotation, giving us our 24-hour day. Think about the speed you're moving right now. Even if you're sitting perfectly still, you're actually hurtling through space at incredible speeds. The Earth is spinning at about 1,600 kilometers per hour at the equator. On top of that, the Earth is orbiting the Sun at about 107,000 kilometers per hour. And our whole solar system is zipping through the Milky Way galaxy at a staggering 828,000 kilometers per hour. So, hold on tight. Finally, let's talk about you again. Your brain is the most complex object in the known universe. It contains about 86 billion neurons, and these neurons form trillions of connections. The number of possible connections in your brain is greater than the number of atoms in the universe. It generates enough electricity to power a low-wattage LED light bulb. So, the next time you have a bright idea, you literally do. You are a walking, talking, thinking powerhouse of complexity. And that's a wrap on our journey through some truly mind-bending science facts. It just goes to show that the universe, from the tiniest atom to the largest galaxy, is filled with wonder and mystery. There's always something new to learn. If you enjoyed having your mind blown today, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, stay curious.